Welcome to the Purple Jaguar, brought to you by Hello Kitty and our new sponsor, Quandale Dingleferry. Now, we have a special show. We're going to do the Post 2K Top Team Tier List. That's triple T for you. So, we're going to get right into it with an honorable mention, and that is Robert Horry. Out of all the NBA players that are going to be on this team, Robert Horry has the most championships. He was a part of 7 different title NBA final runs. So, if we're talking rings, Robert Horry is the man. But he is not on our top team list. So, we're going to start off with some obviouses. We're going to start off with Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Dirk Nowitzki. That's the top 5. Post 2K, that's who we got. Simple, easy. I'm going to say it for you again. Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dirk Nowitzki, Shaquille O'Neal. Easy. Really not an argument with that starting 5. All of them have changed the game in some aspect. Dirk Nowitzki is definitely our foreign kind of like embodiment in this list. But as we all know, basketball is played with 12 people. Not at the same time, but they are on the team. So we are going to go into our bench. And this is where a lot of controversy or different takes, different opinions, and different times can be measured. So, first off the bench, Derrick Rose. Now, Derrick Rose, pre-knee surgery, was dominant. He was dominant. You want to talk about a layup package? That's what they say about Kyrie Irving. Derrick Rose played with raw temper and attacked the basket like no other point guard I have ever seen. Derrick Rose's career did take a turn for the worst when he started having to get surgeries. He played very aggressive. Even the way he dunked the ball was just, ugh. He just had a dog in him. So Derrick Rose is going to be on my bench. Now, like I said, these are people I've watched with my own eyes. Players that I've seen throughout my life in my early years. So Derrick Rose is on this team. Another one that's on this team has to be Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem. Hear me out. Been with the Miami organization. Won a championship with Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal. Then was also a key component of the Miami Heat when it was LeBron James, D. Wade, Chris Bosh. Udonis Haslem is like the glue of this locker room. So he has to be on this team. And it's not necessarily a talent move as much as it is just a chemistry. This guy is a team player. Okay? Now, you're thinking, what about the newer players? Let's talk about the newer players. Sure. I would argue Damian Lillard is still one of the top 3 or 4 point guards in the league to this day. And behind Steph Curry might be one of the greatest shooting point guards, the most clutch shooting point guards I have ever seen. Damian Lillard is that dude. If you want some size, Joel Embiid. We're talking NBA basketball nowadays, you have to have a big guy that can shoot. Joel Embiid has the purest stroke, has the nicest free throw percentage as far as makes. He has such a complete package of a NBA game. He plays defense. He just controls the lane. So Joel Embiid has to be on this post 2K all-time team. Now we're up to 8. We are up to 8. Sorry about the earthquake. Next, not Udonis Haslem, excuse me. Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I think that's how you say that. the Greek Freak. This man, while he is not a pure shooter, is so mobile, so dominant, so both ends of the court good that he must be considered for this team. You want somebody to lock somebody up and potentially drop 37 of the grossest points you've ever seen. Udonis Haslem can do that for you. All day, every day. He's not injury prone. He is an absolute dog. Moving forward, you got to think about how we construct a team here. I want this team to beat every other team. I'm putting Ray Allen on this team. I have to. I watched him hit one of the most clutch threes I've ever seen in an NBA Finals against the Spurs. Game 6, down 3-2. He hits that three in the corner. Ray Allen has to be on this team for shooting purposes only. He's a pure shooter. The second most pure shooter to Steph Curry is Ray Allen, and Ray Allen has to be on this team. Followed by Ray Allen, because we are at 9 now, so we need 3 more players. We're going to have Devin Booker. Devin Booker, as far as scoring goes, I've never seen somebody that can drop 50 at the drop of a hat and not even think about it. He does lack on the defensive side, but Devin Booker more than makes up for it with his offensive efficiency. It is ridiculous what Devin Booker is able to do and what he continues to do night in, night out. Devin Booker is on this team. So we're down to 2 more players. 2 more. And we have to really, really think and dig deep about who played during this era, how dominant they were. Tim Duncan has to be on this team. Tim Duncan was one of the top 3 fours in history. Mr. Reliable, Mr. 20 and 10. What do you need? He has the bank shot. He has a mid-range game all the way to the interior where he was a dominant force for years. Tim Duncan has to be on this team. It's not fun to put people off of teams like the Spurs with Greg Popovich, because Greg Popovich has an inherent issue with allowing stars to be stars. But with that being said, Tim Duncan was an absolute stud and a star. And for our final spot, Andre Iguodala. And this could just be a me thing. I don't want Carmelo Anthony. I don't really want Dwayne Wade. I have too many players on this team that can do what they can do. Okay? But Andre Iguodala has been Mr. Reliable, the poor man's LeBron James, since he came into the NBA. And he has been pivotal in every single Warriors run. More so, I don't really care for Draymond Green's game. I'm not a huge fan of his. I have my reasons, but Andre Iguodala, to me, because of his longevity and the way he's just continued to add value to whatever team he's been on throughout his entire run, and he's been in the league almost as long as LeBron, he has to be on this team. Honorable mentions. We already talked about Robert Horry having the most rings. We're going to talk about some shining lights that dimmed quickly. Tracy McGrady, fantastic talent. Carmelo Anthony, fantastic talent. Chris Paul has been an NBA ambassador since he arrived in the league. He is the face of the league at some extent. Great point guard. He was never on the level that Stephen Curry or Damian Lillard is. To me, Chris Paul is Steve Nash-ish. Now, Steve Nash won MVPs. Chris Paul, I don't know if he won any MVPs right off the top of my head, but kind of the same. They can make a team way better. They play the pure point guard position. But when you're talking about comparing them to Stephen Curry or Damian Lillard, I'm going to take both of them over them. And if you're talking about raw excitement of the game, I'm taking in his prime Derrick Rose over him. So, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But that is what we're going to do. That is my entire team. So starting five, just as a reminder, Stephen Curry, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dirk Nowitzki, Shaquille O'Neal. That's the starting five. Now, we are going to do another video. I'll go ahead and let you in on a secret. I'm doing it tomorrow. And I'm going to go over my offense and defense for my starting NFL team from 2000 on. And we're going to have even backup quarterbacks. We're going to have honorable mentions. The defense side of the ball, disgusting. The offensive side of the ball, finesse with power. And just, it's unstoppable. If I was to make a team, and I'm making these teams to not be beat. That's what I'm doing. No holes. No holes. Where somebody lacks in an area, somebody will make up. That's the goal. So, if you like this, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe so you know when you're getting my podcasts. Also, do me a favor and go hit me up on Twitter at Nebula719M, at Nebula719M on Twitter. Feel free to send me a direct message. I'll respond, or leave me a comment and let me know what you think. So thanks for checking it out. Remember, we are brought to you by Hello Kitty and my buddy over here, Quandale Dingle Fairy. I think that's what it is. I don't know. The kids told me to say it, but thanks for checking it out. Be blessed. Have a good week.